Hey everybody, so it probably goes without saying that pricing is one of the most important factors when you're looking to get into power sports. And based on the response we got from our last video talking about why side-by-sides are so expensive now, pricing is definitely top of mind for a lot of consumers. So in this video, we're specifically going to look at the Can-Am Maverick X3, and we're going to use the build and price tool to build the cheapest X3 possible, the most expensive X3 possible, and then I'm going to look at it and I'm going to pick the unit that I would personally buy with my own money. So let's get building. So we open up the configurator here and you can see the entire Can-Am side-by-side lineup. Now, just for the record, all of these prices are US, so everything you're going to see is US dollars. So we're going to go right here and we'll go Maverick X3 starting at $19,999. Now that's the base X3 turbo model, which still gets you 120 horsepower, which is quite a bit, along with 20 inches of suspension travel and 14-inch wheels. Now, the Maverick lineup is full of different models though. Bump up just one model to the DS Turbo R, and you're looking at a good $5,000 increase, but you're also looking at getting those Fox Podium RC2 HPG piggyback shocks and 172 horsepower. That's a big power jump. Now, the other thing to note are the colors here. So you can see on the regular X3 Turbo, there's just two colors. On this X3 XDS Turbo R, there's three different options. And Can-Am has some really unique color options for sure. So then we go over here to the X3 XRS Turbo R, and the big difference here is the width. So this model is 72 inches wide, which just means it's going to be that much more stable, especially if you're out doing any desert running or running in the sand dunes. And this model is another roughly $2,000 upgrade over that Turbo R at $27,299. And then finally here in the two-seater category, we have the X3 XRC Turbo R. Now, this model is all about rock crawling, so it gets some specifics to help it rock crawl. Things like these rock sliders down here, the small wheels with the big tires. It still just gets the 120 horsepower base engine, but also the Smart Lock front differential, which is a locking differential which can lock on the fly, and Can-Am says it's the best in the business when it comes to doing something like rock crawling. Now, if you go for this rock model, you can only get it in the carbon black and octane blue, but I do think it looks pretty good. Now, moving on, Can-Am has one dedicated mud model. That's the X3 XMR Turbo. Now, the big thing here are the 30-inch ITP cryptid tires, which are really going to help in mud performance. But this machine also gets snorkels. You can see them back here, which are going to help it to breathe in the deep mud and water. And over a base model, you're only looking at, just under $3,000 to get into one of these mud models. Now, next up, you have all the four-seaters. So the lineup just sort of repeats, but of course with four seats. So if you look at just the base X3 Max Turbo, you're looking at a $2,000 jump from the two-seater. So $2,000 essentially gets you two extra seats. Now, if you look at the DS Turbo R, let's see if the price split is the same. So $27,899, and this one is $25,399. So a little over $2,000 in the case of the Turbo R. And then finally, this is the massive 72-inch wide four-seat model, and it's going to run you $29,899. And over the regular one, yeah, same thing, just about $2,000, again, just a little bit more. So very basically, if you are looking for the most expensive Maverick, it's going to be this XRS Turbo R with four seats. So let's go ahead and build one of these suckers. So next up is color and engine, and we do have a couple color options here. So we got the classic gold, red, and hyper silver. Let's see how it looks when we go over here to the triple black. Ooh, triple black definitely looks tough and aggressive. And then finally, we got this platinum satin, which isn't great. I figure if you're going to get something dark, you go the triple black. But I'm a kind of guy who likes colors myself, so I'm going to go with this gold, red, and hyper silver. Oh, you can get a rear view too here. Yeah, especially with those red wheels, this thing looks excellent. Now onto the accessories list, and the accessories for side-by-sides are massive, these lists. You can get so many different things. All kinds of bumpers, different bumpers from different companies, different colors, all sorts of great stuff. Now, I probably would get some kind of rear bumper on here. Let's see if I can add this Dune rear bumper. And there are a few things that come automatically when you buy models. So for instance, when I picked this model, it already had the sport roof, it already had this retractable 4-point harness, the full underbody plate and the central skid plate. Now rock sliders, there's another one I would definitely get. And I'm gonna go Can-Am red with them, because again, I like colors. And rock sliders can really save your machine out on the trail. So this might not be the most expensive model, but you can upgrade it with so many different accessories that it'd be kind of hard to find the most expensive model with every single thing on it. But let's see what else. I mean, again, we got to have some cargo. And the X3 is not great for cargo. So I would definitely get one of these awesome trunk boxes or one of these coolers. Let's go for one of these Link coolers that I could stick in the back. And then on the inside, there's these storage bags which hang off the doors. So let's go ahead and get myself a premium storage bag. Oh no, it's not. This actually replaces the one in the back, so that's not what I want. I want the cooler box. And then here we go, rear compartment storage, tool holder. Adventure roof rack is kind of handy. This is what I need, the shoulder storage bag. So we want front shoulder storage bag. And honestly, I would probably take these quarter door storage bags as well, because storage is really at a premium in the X3, so it's worth your money to get some extra storage. Now what do they have here? A trailering cover, we'll skip that. Doors. Oh, you can actually get the lower panels for the doors. You can get nets, upper soft door panels, rear window nets, a full cab seal kit. I would definitely probably get these rear lower door panels and the front lowers. I do like the doors to be entirely filled in. That's fine. Oh, when you add the rear lowers, you get the front ones automatically. They don't want you to just get one. That makes sense. Now, electrical. Man, there really are a ton of accessories. A GPS, an audio system, a device holder, intercom system, car-to-car headset system. So many accessories for these machines. And if I was to buy one, I might be getting an audio system. I do like tunes. We'll go for the cheaper one down here, though, the MTX central speaker system. Continue. Extras. What could possibly be under extras? Oh, extinguisher. We'll skip that stuff. Rear hitch receiver. Oh, you can even get a colored hitch receiver along with a winch. We're going to skip over that stuff. All sorts of lighting. Light bars. Rear and front. We'll skip over that. Now, this performance harness was already added, so we don't have to worry about that. Now these are interesting. These are actually smart modes for the True Lock front locking differential. So they have a mud mode and a rock mode and a trail mode, and you can actually order them individually. So all that is like an ECU tuning essentially, but you can order that as an accessory if you want those special drive modes. That's sort of neat. Now you can get special seats as well in different colors. Performance air filters, fender flares. Same thing. We'll leave all of this stuff. We don't want to go too crazy. We're not getting a plow kit. It already has a roof right on there. And then you can get X3 bead locks, different black or gold rims, but I do like these red ones, so we'll leave it the way it is. $4,539 for a full track system, which would make this thing epic in the sand or the snow, but we're going to leave that as well. Oh, and then a windshield. You know what? I am a big fan of windshields. So we will go ahead and order just the cheapest $3.99 full windshield. And that is a pretty good amount of accessories, but I don't think that's crazy. You know, it's not every single one you can buy. So let's, oh, you know what? One last thing I just saw here were side mirrors. I really like having side mirrors. I miss mirrors when I don't have them. So we'll throw some mirrors on there too. And now let's see what that costs. Total MSRP $34,568, which is a ton of money. And it just goes to show you that especially once you start adding accessories from the factory, you can get crazy expensive with one of these Maverick X3 models. And I could have added so much more than just what I did. But this machine for this much money is so capable, and you can carry 4 people around. I don't have the money to afford it, but if you do have the money, I really don't think you'd be disappointed. So let's go back to the beginning, and this will be much quicker and easier. We want to see the cheapest model, right? So Maverick X3 Turbo. We do have different colors. If you just get the base, you have the choice between white and the Hyper Silver. Now, I don't love either one, but I'll take the silver because the white's going to get really dirty. And this is just the normal turbo engine. And then we go over to accessories. And of course, we want to keep this one cheap. So we just won't grab any accessories at all. And 0 accessories come on this model from the factory, bringing our MSRP total to $20,799. So if you want to get into any Maverick X3 model, you're spending $20,799 to do so. That is absolutely the base price. And don't forget though, even at the base, this model is still pretty damn capable with 20 inches of travel and, you know, over 100 horsepower. But now let's go back to the beginning and I'll show you what I would buy with my own money. And it is a tough decision, but you know, where I live here in Canada, in Southern Ontario, all of my riding is very much in the woods, in the forest, so I want a skinnier machine. The skinniest you can get here is 64 inch, so that right away gets rid of this RS model. I don't want the 72 inch wide. Now, the other thing is, with all of those trees and with the tighter trails, 172 horsepower is nice, and I've reviewed the Turbo R. It is insane the amount of power it has. It is so fun and so fast. But if I'm totally honest with me, with myself, I don't need that much power for the kind of trails that I would be running on. If I bought this machine for the desert, absolutely Turbo R, no questions asked. But for where I am, I would actually be happy with just the regular X3 Turbo. I don't need Turbo R. But I also really like the look of this rock crawling model. This XRC is pretty cool, and it comes with that smart lock front diff, and it comes with a lot of accessories that I would probably buy myself. So if I had to pick one right off the bat here, I'm gonna go for this super cool RC rock crawling model. Now let's go ahead and build it up. So you don't get a choice of colors here. And like I just said, I'm not going to go Turbo R. I would just keep it regular turbo. And this model already comes with a lot of the colors that I want, and it definitely already has enough power. So we're leaving Turbo R out of it. Now, the bumpers and skid plates, there's already a bunch that are added on here. So let's look at what the accessories are already on this rock model. So you get front A-arm and trailing arm protectors, skid plate, a rear tow hook, rock sliders, which are awesome. This new front bumper finished in octane blue, the underbelly plate, and the arch lower suspension links to help you clear the rocks. So basically here for bumpers and skid plates, I'm already covered. I can just skip right over that. Now, cabin closure. No, I wouldn't get the soft cabin closure. Like I mentioned, same issue with the other Maverick is storage, so I would definitely be getting some extra storage from the accessories lineup. So let's see here. We have this trunk box. We got a storage bag for the rear. I do sort of prefer the hard boxes over a bag. Now a cooler box would work too. This one's 23 gallons. That one's 32 gallons. And I'm certainly a fan of bigger is better. So I would go for this very first 32 gallon trunk box. That should show up right here for me. The accessory requires one of the following. Oh, okay, so you have to get a certain panel to be able to fit it. Now, because my machine is already black and blue, I'll take the black trunk box panel to fit onto my 32-gallon trunk box. Alrighty, let's go back to my front view as well. So that's good. Actually, that's not good for cargo. I would also get something inside. Let's go for these lower panel storage bags. There's not a lot of storage in the X3, so if you're buying one of these and you're looking at accessories, storage is good. You know what? If I was spending my own money, I have an open deck trailer. I would get the cover. It's really nice to be able to cover your machine when it's on a trailer. Without a cover, it can get really gross, and especially you might get rock chips and stuff. Nice to protect your investment. Now, these already have full doors on them right from the factory, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't need any nets or lower doors, anything, or lower door inserts. So let's see. Now, electronics, I don't need a GPS. The audio system's a tough one because I would really like to have the tunes, but not for $1,000. So maybe that would be something I'd buy after the fact, but not right away. And seat heater, again, would be nice. I am in Canada, but I probably wouldn't spend the money on it. Extras, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you. Hitches and winch. So again, this is a rock model, so there's already a winch fitted to it right from the factory, which is quite nice. Now, lighting, same thing. I don't ride all that much at night. I wouldn't really plan on it, so I would just skip right over the lights. Now, performance. Oh, the rock mode, you know what, for this machine makes a lot of sense. I thought it came standard, but apparently it does not. So there, now we added the rock smart mode. Now when it comes to the seats, the stock seats are totally fine. Oh, you can actually get even bigger high performance shocks for this model. Now, I'm not sure that's something you really need. The shocks are already pretty dang good. 4-point harness is kind of nice, but same thing. If I'm spending my own money, I probably wouldn't spend it on that. Fender flares, no thanks. Intrusion bar, no thanks. Shoulder pads, no thanks. Now these two things are included, the rear tow hook and the arched suspension links. And besides that, yeah, I probably wouldn't get anything else in there. Now, you can get a plow kit even for this rock model, which is pretty cool. Now, there is no roof, and I would definitely get a roof. I like to have myself a roof. So let's see. You got the Bimini with the sun visor, aluminum, a sport roof, aluminum roof black, tinted sun visor. See, this is tough because I do like the style of this sort of red and black roof, but it's kind of cheap and the rest of the machine's blue and black. So I would probably take just the cheap sport roof, all black, and that'll keep the sun off your head and the rain off your head if you do happen to be out in the rain. Now that's adding. Loading, loading, loading. Perfect. Now, tires and rims. Same thing. You can change the color of the bead lock. Here it's already black. You can get a nice gold one too. Sure, you know what? Let's add these gold bead locks. That would look pretty cool on there. Finally, the Apache track system. Definitely not. That would be amazing, but that is a lot of money. And same thing, there's a couple different kinds of windshields here. I would probably just take the full windshield, the cheap one for $3.99. And then finally, side mirrors. We have racing side mirrors, or there's regular ones. You know what, I would take the racing side mirrors, mainly just because they're cheaper, and they're going to get the same job done. I don't care if they're mounted on the frame rather than the door. And you know what, I think that's everything. So let's see what the summary is on this beautiful machine that I really wish I was buying now that I sat here and just did this whole configurator. Total MSRP comes to $26,373. And if you were to finance this thing, they say that the average monthly over 60 months would be $509.88. And we can't forget about all the Canadian viewers. And of course, in Canada, side-by-sides, cars, machines, they're more expensive. So let's take a look at what this X3 would cost if you were shopping for it here in Canada. Now, all of these models are more, but the base price on this X3 Turbo is now $24,199, about $4,000 more than in the US. Now, looking down the line, you have $38,99 for the XDS, $33,000 for the Maverick X3 Turbo R, and then $29,599 for the Rock model, $27,000 for the Mud model, $26,000 for the big one, $33,000, and then $36,000 for the most expensive four-seater. And let me show you how quickly this massive four-seat model can be pushed over $40,000 here in Canada. All you have to do is add just a few accessories. So here's the Adventure roof rack with one of those Link coolers. If I get the trailering cover that I got for the other model, and we can also take a look at the doors. Let's go ahead and get the lower door panels so we can fill in for the front and rear doors. Then looking at electrical, what the heck, let's go ahead and go for the Garmin navigation. And then of course down here you have to specially order the Canadian map for the Garmin navigation. That also comes with a device holder, and all of this stuff costs money. Now going down, let's look at the extras. Oh, you know what, let's also get these MTX central speakers. Let's get a sound system in this big machine. So looking at lighting, we don't need extras or hitches or winches, but you know what, I do want some nice lights. So what the heck, let's go for these awesome Baja Design XL80 LED lights. Now to get them, you have to add a different accessory bumper. So I'm going to go with this Dune finished in Can-Am red. Now, next, performance. Yeah, you know what, maybe we'll spend a bit of money on performance here. If I'm dropping all this cash, might as well. Let's get this performance air filter. Always going to help your engine breathe. That's a good thing. And how about some mud flaps as well from the Lone Star Racing team? And I think that's good on performance. We already have a roof on this model. It comes standard. We'll leave the wheels. We won't get the track kit, but I do want a windshield, and I'm going to get the good one on this model, the Power Flip, which is awesome. So that's 22 accessories, bringing our total price to $45,778. Like I said, easily over 40. And if you put every accessory on this thing, you might be close to 50 grand here in Canada. And yeah, I don't know. You know what? I like to justify these prices because these machines are really great. But 45 grand is really a lot of money. You better really love this machine if you're dropping that much cash on it. So after looking at all those models, which Can-Am Maverick X3 would you buy with your money? Let me know in the comments below, or maybe you already bought one. Let me know if you have and if you like it. And as always, guys, come back here to TFL Off-Road for the latest news, views, and real-world reviews. See ya.